Hello, folks. My name's Bob Doman. I'm the founder and director of the National Association for Child Development. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying home. I hope you're being well during this coronavirus crisis. And I hope you're surviving the process. And that's kind of why I'm here today to talk to you about not just how to survive the process, but how to maybe make some changes in your kids that can have a significant effect on the rest of their lives. Okay? If you will, we have a unique opportunity. Kids are home, you can't go running all over the place. You're there. And maybe one parent's here, maybe both parents are there. Terrific. All right. What to do. All right. Well, what you can do is change your kids' lives. They're a captive audience. All right. There's some things you can focus on during this period, be it a couple of weeks or a month or longer, that really can impact the rest of their lives. It's everything from, for example, diet. You can't go run into McDonald's. You can't go run into the store every 5 minutes for the kids. You know, if you have healthy food in the house, that's what they're going to eat. All right. You know, I've been home for 10 days and lost 10 pounds. Not so terrible. All right. You know, get craving for ice cream at 10 o'clock at night, too bad. You know, I'm home. I eat vegetables. Okay. So we'll talk more about diet. We'll talk about a lot of subjects. All right. Another really important thing you can do that will change your kids' lives, literally, is teach them how to be responsible, and also teach them what I like to call highly capable. You know, I'm aware I have friends whose kids go off to college, and within months they crash and burn because they haven't a clue how to take care of themselves away from home. They've been taken care of. All right. They don't know how to make their bed. All right. That's sad. One of the more important things you can teach your children in the process, if you will, of helping them become functional adults is teach them how to do things and then make them responsible for doing those things. You know, starting off with making the bed when they get up in the morning. All right. So I'm going to talk to you over the course of some of these videos about how to structure chores, how to teach them how to do chores, how to make them responsible. And in so doing, you're going to build their self-esteem, their self-confidence, and they're going to contribute. Not so terrible, all right? So that's one thing, all right? In addition, we're going to talk about education. This is really a great educational opportunity. If you will, during school, when kids are going to school, you know, you're mostly focused on the curriculum, all right? Doing their homework, studying for their tests on the curriculum. And there's not a lot of time left over to really work on education. Curriculum isn't education. Education is a process by which you learn how to learn and you learn functional information. All right? And if you will, one of the great jobs we have educationally is teaching kids how to learn and teaching them to love learning and teaching them to be readers. Right? We have an opportunity now that your kids are home and you've limited responsibilities relative to what they need to do for school. All right. We can teach them how to learn. We can teach them, hopefully, through a variety of methodologies, teach them to love learning, enjoy learning, and turn them into lifelong readers and learners. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Right, we're also going to talk to you about something really important, which is foundational to success in school, success in life, success in work, success in relationships. And that's something called processing. Processing is how you take in information and what you do with it. We generally break it down into auditory processing, being auditory short-term memory, working memory, visual processing, visual short-term memory, working memory, visualization, which is the ability to think in pictures, conceptualization, the ability to think in words. Okay. These are all things that typically develop randomly because rarely is anyone doing specific things to build it, develop it. All right. But where your child ends up generally by the age of 7 to 10, pushing it with their processing skills without intervention, that's where it pretty much is until their 20s, late 20s, at which point it begins to decline a bit. We have the ability to build absolutely superior processing skills, which is not just about how much you can take in, how fast you can learn, but complexity of thought. Working memory, which is how many pieces you hold together and manipulate, is now appropriately being called the new IQ, because it's actually more significant to your future, your ability to function, that is your innate IQ. Right? And the cool thing about processing skills, you can develop them. There's no limit to them. Right? And if you will, the better they are, the smarter you are. You know, we have kids who are ready to go to college when they're 14 years old and can excel because they have superior processing skills. You know, you have wonderful days like a mom calls and says, gee, Susie taught herself calculus today. All right? That's smart. All right? And most all your kids have the potential to really be smart. All right. We also work tremendously with kids with special needs, from kids with learning disabilities to attention deficit disorders to significant problems. So autism spectrum, genetic problems like Down syndrome, brain injury, the full range. And part of what we're going to talk about is individualizing what you're doing and working one-on-one with these kids is incredibly important. It'll give you a whole different perspective in terms of what defines potential. So we're going to do a lot of things. We're going to talk about a lot of things over the course of the days here. And hopefully it's going to not just make things easier for you. Hopefully we're going to change your kids' lives. Okay? That's the plan. Talk to you soon. Bye.